9 experienced hikers. A remote mountain deep in the frozen wilderness. And a mystery so disturbing that, decades later, it still refuses to die. In the dead of winter, high in the icy silence of the Ural Mountains, something went terribly wrong. A group led by a skilled young man named Igor Dyatlov set out on what should have been a challenging but routine expedition. They were trained, prepared, careful. And yet, every single one of them would be found dead under circumstances so bizarre, so unsettling, that investigators, scientists, and conspiracy theorists are still arguing about it today. Their tent was discovered ripped open from the inside. Their bodies were scattered across the snow, some half-dressed, barefoot, fleeing into a brutal Siberian night. And a few of them showed injuries that defied explanation. This is not just a story about a tragic accident. This is the story of the Dyatlov Pass Incident, one of the most chilling unsolved mysteries in history. The deep storytelling. It was January 1959, in the Soviet Union. A group of 10 young hikers, all experienced and highly trained, set out on a winter trek across the northern Urals. Their goal was to reach a mountain known as a Torton, a name that roughly translates to "Don't go there." From the beginning, the journey was demanding. Temperatures plunged far below freezing. Winds howled through the barren, snow-covered terrain. But this group wasn't inexperienced. Most of them were engineering students. They had completed difficult expeditions before. They knew what they were doing. The group was led by Igor Dyatlov, a calm, methodical leader known for his discipline and attention to detail. Alongside him were 8 other hikers, plus one older guide. Early into the journey, one member fell ill and turned back. That decision likely saved his life. The remaining 9 continued forward. They documented their journey with photographs and diary entries. At first, everything seemed normal. They joked, sang, and pushed through the harsh conditions. But as they moved deeper into the mountains, the weather worsened. Visibility dropped. The wind intensified. On February 1st, they made a critical decision. Instead of descending into a forested area that would have provided shelter, they pitched their tent on an exposed slope of a mountain later named Dead Mountain. It was a risky move. The area offered no protection from the elements. That night, something happened. No one knows exactly what. But whatever it was, it caused 9 experienced hikers to panic in a way that makes no sense. The cold case clues. When the group failed to return on schedule, a search party was sent out. Days later, rescuers found the tent. What they discovered was deeply disturbing. The tent had been slashed open from the inside. Their belongings were still there: boots, coats, supplies. It looked as if they had fled in a hurry, without even stopping to dress properly. Footprints led away from the tent, descending toward a nearby forest. Strangely, the prints showed no signs of struggle. No evidence of an external attacker. It was as if they had calmly walked out into the freezing darkness. The first 2 bodies were found near a tree line. They were barefoot, wearing only underwear. Their hands were badly burned, suggesting they had tried to light a fire, or had come into contact with something hot. Further into the forest, more bodies were discovered. Some appeared to have tried to return to the tent but collapsed along the way. Then came the most shocking discoveries. 3 of the hikers had severe internal injuries: crushed ribs, fractured skulls, injuries typically seen in high-impact accidents like car crashes. Yet there were no external wounds to match. One woman was missing her tongue. Another had eyes missing. And perhaps most unsettling of all, some of their clothing showed traces of radiation. Investigators were left baffled. The official Soviet report concluded that the hikers died due to a compelling natural force. No further explanation was given. Right here, if you're already feeling that chill, make sure you hit like, subscribe to Shadow Files, and share this video with someone who loves mysteries that refuse to be solved. Because it only gets stranger from here. The theories over the decades, countless theories have emerged. Some grounded in science. Others, far more disturbing. The first and most widely accepted theory is an avalanche. According to this idea, a sudden snowslide forced the hikers to cut their way out of the tent and flee. In panic, they ran into the forest, where they eventually froze to death. But there's a problem. There were no clear signs of an avalanche. The slope wasn't steep enough. And the footprints remained intact, which wouldn't happen after a major snowslide. The second theory involves military testing. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union conducted secret experiments, including weapons testing. Some believe the hikers accidentally wandered into a restricted area and were exposed to explosions or radiation. This could explain the internal injuries and the radiation traces. Witnesses in the region also reported seeing strange glowing orbs in the sky around the time of the incident. But again, there's no definitive proof. The third theory is infrasound, a natural phenomenon caused by wind patterns that can create low-frequency vibrations. These vibrations can induce panic, anxiety, even hallucinations. Some scientists believe this could have triggered an irrational fear response, causing the hikers to flee their tent without thinking. It sounds strange, but it's scientifically possible. And then, there are the darker theories. Some believe the hikers encountered something unknown, something not entirely human. Local legends from indigenous tribes in the area speak of a mysterious presence in the mountains. Something that punishes those who venture too far. Others suggest extraterrestrial involvement, pointing to the unexplained lights and radiation. While these theories may sound extreme, the truth is, the evidence leaves room for doubt. Even today, no single explanation accounts for everything. Closing more than 60 years later, the Dyatlov Pass Incident remains one of the most haunting unsolved cases in history. 9 people walked into the wilderness, and something drove them into the freezing night, under conditions that defy logic. Was it nature? A tragic series of mistakes? Or something far more unsettling? The mountain still stands, silent and cold, as if guarding its secret. And maybe, that secret was never meant to be uncovered. If you've made it this far, you already know this isn't just another story. It's a mystery that stays with you. So before you go, make sure to like, subscribe to Shadow Files, and share this video. Because the deeper you look into cases like this, the more you realize just how much we still don't understand. And sometimes, the truth is far more terrifying than anything we can imagine.